On a seemingly peaceful midnight, Ethan, a 21-year-old man, finds himself thrust into unsettling events at his new home. What begins as an ordinary night quickly transforms into an experience that challenges his skepticism about the supernatural. With only an enigmatic note as the sole clue to the events of the previous night, Ethan is drawn into a mystery that forces him to question the very boundaries between dreams and reality. Prepare for an engaging journey where every shadow might conceal a dark secret and every whisper could hold a crucial warning. Ethan had always longed for freedom and independence, and the modest house he managed to purchase with his own resources seemed to be the realization of that dream. Although small, it possessed a unique character that made it special. The old bricks, weathered with cracks and stains, whispered tales of time's passage, and the garden, long neglected, begged for attention. The neighborhood, a maze of attached houses, buzzed with daytime activity, but at night it transformed into a suffocating silence, as if the very air was held captive. After a grueling day at work, Ethan threw himself onto his bed, utterly exhausted. The night seemed destined to be like any other until strange noises began to disturb him, pulling him from his slumber. They were sounds of something being dragged, as though furniture were performing a macabre waltz in the darkness. At first, he tried to ignore them, attributing them to accumulated fatigue and everyday stress. But the unease lingered, growing like a sinister presence in the corner of his mind. The silence that followed was almost deafening, and the atmosphere of the house, once cozy, now felt heavy with palpable tension. His heart raced as he decided to investigate. Each step down the dark hallway echoed in the silence, amplifying his growing anxiety. When he reached the kitchen, a chill ran down his spine. The space was empty, yet the feeling that something was amiss only intensified. As Ethan looked around, he felt himself swallowed by the darkness, which seemed to pulse with an unnatural life. And then he saw them. Two bright eyes watched him intently, radiating a paralyzing terror that froze him in place. The figure, cloaked in shadow, whispered in a voice that was soft, yet terrifying. "This is just a bad dream." Ethan's heart pounded in his chest, and fear coursed through his veins. Before he could react, before he could scream, everything around him faded to black, and he sank into the abyss of unconsciousness. When daylight finally broke the night's darkness, Ethan awoke in his bed, drenched in cold sweat. His first sensation was one of relief, but it was quickly replaced by a deep, unsettling unease. Something wasn't right. He glanced down at his hand and found a crumpled piece of paper, as if it had been placed there during the night. With trembling fingers, he unfolded the note, which contained only one word: wait. Logic seemed to crumble. How could he have a note in his possession if he had been asleep? Time pressed on as he glanced at the clock. It was already 9:35, and he was late for work. In a panic, he rushed to brush his teeth and grabbed an apple from the kitchen to eat on the way. Yet, even amid his hurried routine, the memory of the disturbing dream haunted him, and he couldn't shake the feeling that something malevolent was trailing him. As he prepared for work, an overwhelming sense of being watched took hold of him. The shadows, now thicker and more oppressive, seemed to have lives of their own, whispering dark secrets to one another. Every movement, every noise around him sent his anxiety spiraling. The note in his hand had become a chilling reminder that what he had believed to be a dream might not have been a mere illusion, but a warning. Throughout the day, Ethan struggled to focus, the growing sense of dread becoming unbearable. The thought of spending another night in the house, where everything had begun, left him on edge. He wondered whether he should seek help or simply dismiss the experience. Fear had settled deep in his chest, and the hesitation to return to that place, now so charged with mystery and terror, grew with every passing hour. Determined to uncover the truth, Ethan decided to investigate the history of the house. He began searching for information about previous residents, strange occurrences in the neighborhood, and urban legends that might explain his experience. Every discovery seemed to only deepen the mystery, revealing secrets buried beneath layers of dust and time. Ethan's journey had just begun, and each new revelation drew him further into an abyss of fear and curiosity. As he delved deeper into his research, fear and curiosity tangled within him, creating a complex web of emotions. He realized that the truth could be stranger than he could ever imagine, and the line between reality and the imaginary seemed to blur with each passing moment. With each new discovery, the tension mounted, and the question that dominated his mind was, who or what had truly visited him that fateful night? And what did the note he still clutched mean? The answers might lie beyond his comprehension, but one thing was certain. Ethan would never be the same again.